This is Prisma Lopez-Marin here on 18 WJTS. We are here in Huntingburg with Mayor Denny Spinner. Hello, Mayor.
How are you today?
I'm always great. Thank
Great.
you for having us here.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you. I wanted to touch on, we are halfway of the year. And
Hard to believe, isn't it?
It really is. And you have been involved in so much in such a small amount. For me, I feel like 6 months is such a small amount of time of the things that have been going on here in Huntingburg. Can you kind of give us a brief overview of what you're going to be talking about at the State of the City?
Well, our State of the City address, by statute, the mayor is asked to present a State of the City address each year. Historically, at least through my term, we've been doing it in July. That happened to be in my first year in office. July was part of the 175th celebration for the city of Huntingburg, so we did it in conjunction with that, and they've kind of stayed with it since then. So our State of the City will be on the 22nd this year, on Friday the 22nd. We'll be doing it in conjunction with the Chamber of Commerce, and School Superintendent Mike Eineman will also be giving a report at that time. So it's going to be both the schools and the city, kind of an update on where we are. But yes, it has been a very busy 6 months. A lot of it has been driven by many of the stellar projects that are coming together. But also at that time, we'll be addressing the basically an overview of what every department has done. There's many departments that have had some very successful projects that, by the nature of with Stellar, the excitement and the attention seems to be on those, but virtually every department in the city has been involved and active in making improvements to the city, and will give us an opportunity to highlight that. And also highlight some of the great work that's being done in not so much bricks and mortar, but the some of the issues that we've been addressing and some of the growth issues for the city. So I'm looking forward to getting that all together and showing, reporting to the council and to the city, our residents, the great things that are going on, and it's all due because of the great support that we are getting from the community, and also the great work of all our city employees who deserve much of the credit. The planning has gone on and the projects are coming together, but the work has to be done, and the staff that we have, top to bottom, has been very eager and very willing to take on this work because they see that it can make our community much stronger. So I'm looking forward to the 22nd. Still working on the final details of that. So I don't want to spill too many beans here, but it's always a time to look back and reflect on where we've been in the last year. And I'm happy to say that I think we'll have some very positive things to relate to everyone about our community on the 22nd.
And especially as you are a re-elected mayor, that says a lot in the fact that you get to continue on into the stellar community.
Well, I think we showed in our first 4 years in office that we had a vision that was something that a majority of our residents saw, that we were moving in the right direction. I was very gratified to get another opportunity to serve another 4 years, and it's really kind of the hard work that was done in the first 4 years is really coming to fruition now with all these projects. So I'm very pleased and honored to be able to continue in the office, and I hope that I can complete the projects and the efforts that we've kind of laid the groundwork for in the last 4 years.
And Mayor, can you please also talk about the success? Well, obviously there has been great success. What is it like when other communities, or have there been other communities that reach out to you for this?
Well, it's kind of unusual. When I came into office 4 years ago, I was the one seeking a lot of help from a lot of great mayors from around the state, and had an opportunity to meet with some of the more experienced office holders. And the tide has turned a little bit with this new election. There's some new mayors, and I have had an opportunity to reach out. They've come to visit Huntingburg. We've had a number of visits from a lot of neighboring communities. You mentioned Stellar, the community. The community of Warsaw, Indiana, is in the finalists for Stellar this year. I have a very good relationship with Mayor Talmer in Warsaw, and we had some good conversations about what it means and what the impact is on your city when it happens, and the positive things and the challenges that go along with it. I've also had some good conversations with a couple of the other communities that are involved in Stellar right now, and I feel that's part of the duty. I mean, when the Office of Community and Rural Affairs had a session about this, they invited myself, Mayor Barton from Crawfordsville, who also was a recent Stellar designated community, and we had a really open and frank discussion with them about what the challenge will be if you get that designation, and trying to show the reality of what it can be. It is a challenge, but it's also so rewarding that the work is worth it. So it's I very much like to help where I can help, because I had so many people that helped me through those first year or so of the process, and it's just we have a great relationship with the Indiana Association of Cities and Towns. Is very active in our state. It's the organization that kind of brings cities and towns together. We have a very active mayors group in that, and I'm proud to be on their executive committee. So when those calls come, we're all we mayors are in the same boat. the political parties really don't make any difference once you're in the office and serving. So we have a great opportunity to share ideas all the way around the state, and I'm very proud to highlight what Huntingburg has been successful in, and bring that to any aid that any other mayor can help with.
Well, it sounds like a lot of responsibility, definitely, to carry this on, but not only as mayor, but also the community is also carrying on the responsibility.
Very much so. It wouldn't be done at the top end only. It takes a buy-in all the way down through the ranks, and I'm very proud to say that our city employees are embracing what we are doing. Our city has had a lot of opportunities to get their input into what the projects are. We're continuing to do that as the next 2 or 3 projects are in the planning stage. We want to have continued input. We want to seek input from those who are concerned about it, and really enjoy hearing those different views as we go forward.
Now, in terms more locally here in the Du Bois County, in terms of the other communities such as Jasper and Ferdinand, there is a certificate of occupancy that is now able to be issued. And so what is it like to kind of share that responsibility within the other communities?
Well, that was an effort that I want to give Ed Cole and the folks at Du Bois Strong a lot of credit in coordinating that. After the housing study came out, that was a joint effort by Du Bois Strong and all our communities. There was a definite need identified for different types of housing to help address our workforce issues here in Du Bois County. Huntingburg, Jasper, and Ferdinand all have projects in the works. Ours is moving at the fastest pace. Ours started a few years ago, and that would be the Lofts at St. Joseph's, the senior housing project that should be coming live here in the next month. And because of that, many of these institutions, this type of projects, need what is called a certificate of occupancy, which verifies that the work done at that facility meets all the codes of the state of Indiana. It's a document that we felt we needed to have in place across the county to make sure that any work done here meets the quality standards that we're used to here in Du Bois County, and also all the state standards. But working with the city of Jasper and the town of Ferdinand, and coordinated by Du Bois Strong, we've been able to come up with a plan to roll this out that will be, we feel, very helpful not only to the large builders, the large firms such as the Miller Valentine Project, but also individual home builders as they make that investment. This is something that will help them have something in their portfolio, not only to show that their home was built well at the time that they occupied it, but as if that house goes on the market at some point, they will have that as part of their record as well, to show the next buyer that it's something of quality. So it was a great effort. It's a good community building effort. All 3 cities and towns were involved. The county is involved in the discussion. I think they're kind of waiting to see how it works for us, but I think it's a very positive thing to see that the 3 communities that have most of the population working together to find common solutions. And with Chris James and Ken Sicard at Ferdinand, and Mayor Seitz and his staff at Jasper, we've had a great conversation from beginning to end, and we're looking forward to seeing how this works out and continue to find ways where we can work together to really benefit all the folks in Du Bois County. And I think that's something that we'll see repeated in other situations where it makes sense for all of us. But there's certainly that open conversation. It will continue as long as we can.
And that sounds very, very hopeful and very great, because I feel like the community wants to see that.
Right, and part of the reason why we all want to be on the same page, we don't look to compete with each other in these issues. If this is something that if someone's coming to Du Bois County and looking to bring in a development, we don't want to be in competition with Jasper or Ferdinand for who can offer the best deal. If we say here's the we have a level playing field across, and wherever that decision is made, wherever that project comes to land, if it lands in Huntingburg, of course, we want that to happen. But if it lands in Huntingburg, there's benefits to Jasper and Ferdinand and Du Bois County. Same way the other way. If it lands in Jasper or lands in Ferdinand, there's certainly benefit that the city of Huntingburg will gain from it. So us working together on these types of issues really levels the playing field and puts us all in a better position of strength to attract the type of workforce and industry and businesses that we all need to continue to grow and thrive.
And it's a very powerful message to the community in general.
Well, I think so. It's there's again, once we're all I think all of our elected officials here in Du Bois County are very responsive and to our taxpayers and to our citizens, and anywhere that we can work together is we're all in the same boat, kind of speak. We all, our communities are so much more alike than they are different, and the same people who live and work in Huntingburg live and work in Jasper and live and work across the board. There's a lot of transportation back and forth between all our communities, so we're all serving the same people, and we just want to find ways that we can make that happen for all of us.
There is another group, the Du Bois Leadership Academy, that also involves all the communities. Can you tell us what it's like, or what does it mean for Huntingburg to use the networking tool, not just in this group, but in general for business growth? Well,
I think that the Leadership Academy is a great example of this cooperation, Prisma, because it really started out of out of Ferdinand with their hometown competitiveness initiatives a few years back. They recognized that leadership was something that, again, across the board would be a great benefit to everyone. The dynamics of that group has always been across the board a great mix of citizens from across the county. And the projects and the ideas that they're bringing forward each year have been very innovative, very, very positive. They try to identify an issue in the county that they can help bring a solution to. And I know with our bike share program is something that came directly from the Leadership Academy. I've seen a couple of the ideas that are in this year's group, which will all, again, enhance what we want to do here in Du Bois County, enhance our quality of life, and to have, in most cases, these are younger individuals, they're just developing that leadership role, and to have such a tool available to us is a great advantage for us all, and we're going to see true leadership come out of that group time and time again. And again, it's across the board. It's focused on all of Du Bois County, which is very significant that we see. Again, that spirit of cooperation starts there as well, and it becomes. Those relationships built during that time are relationships that will last a lifetime. And crossing those city lines and county lines is something that kind of just goes away because you've had that experience already. So it's a very, very positive group.
Well, thank you, Mayor, for letting us know more about what's going on. And we look forward to the State of the City.
We look forward to seeing you there.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us here on Monday with the Mayor. Here we're at Huntingburg with Mayor Denny Spinner.